10 top tips to eliminate your toddler's picky eating habits. Do you dread dinner time with your toddler? Don't worry, you're not alone. Toddlers are renowned for their picky eating habits, often turning mealtimes into a constant battle. You want them to eat healthy, but every time you present something that's even remotely nutritional, you're faced with tantrums. They refuse to eat it, and worse, it ends up all over the floor. If you're tired of the daily battles, there are some tips and techniques you can try out. In this video, you'll discover the 10 top tips brought to you by parents and experts who know all too well the frustration toddler mealtimes can bring. Number 1. Get them involved. Okay, so there's not much your toddler can do in terms of meal preparation. It's not like they can rustle up a delicious 3-course meal. However, getting them involved in even the smallest of tasks can encourage them to eat new foods. Asking your little one to help patch you things and supervising them while they stir or pour ingredients will help them feel more involved. A large part of the daily food battles is the fact that your toddler is gaining more independence and they want to be in control. When you simply serve them up a plate full of food they've never seen, have never tried, and had no choice in whether or not they wanted it, the automatic response can be to refuse it. So, getting them involved makes them feel like they actually had a choice, and it makes them feel more independent as well. 2. Try serving really small portions. One of the biggest mistakes parents make is giving their toddler too much food. It's easy to forget that their little tummies can't eat the same amount that adults can. Even when you think you're serving a small portion, it could still be too big. So, it helps to familiarize yourself with correct toddler portion sizes. In terms of new foods, it's also a good idea to start off small. Some parents swear by introducing a very small portion of new food, quickly followed by a firm favorite. For example, if you want your toddler to try blueberries, give them a single blueberry to try. Then after they eat it, give them a larger portion of a food they love. The next day, try them with 2 blueberries and less of the food they love. When the portions start off really small, it isn't as daunting for your toddler to try them. It's worth keeping in mind too, your little one isn't going to enjoy all the new food you introduce them to. I'm sure there's some food you yourself don't like, and nothing can make you enjoy them. We all have our likes and dislikes, and your toddler isn't any different. So, if they try a food and are reluctant to eat it again, it's more likely they just don't like it, rather than them trying to be difficult. 3. Have a set mealtime routine. You probably already know how important routine is with young children. Just like you would have a set routine for bedtime, it's important to have one for meals too. If you don't, your toddler can end up filling themselves up on snacks, juice, and milk in between meals, making them more reluctant to eat even the foods they really do enjoy, never mind trying something new. Encouraging them to eat at the same times each day will reduce mealtime battles significantly. Provide water instead of milk and juice in between meals to prevent your little one filling up before eating the main meals. The hungrier your toddler is at mealtimes, the more chance there is they will eat what is put in front of them. With this in mind, it also helps to encourage them to exercise a lot throughout the day to build up a healthy appetite. 4. Eat together and eat the same foods. Due to work commitments, it isn't always easy to sit down as a family and eat together. However, even if it is just you and your toddler, eating with them rather than feeding them separately can help a lot. This is especially true if you eat the same things. Now obviously, if your toddler largely eats crackers for their meals, you're not going to be eating exactly the same foods all the time. However, if you want them to eat different things, you're going to have to be prepared to eat them too. Cooking separate meals is a bad idea, as your little one will pick up on the fact that they are being forced to eat something that nobody else is eating. Young children lead by example, so if they see you eating something, they'll be more inclined to eat it themselves. 5. Get their friends involved. Following on the tip just mentioned, toddlers will learn a lot from their parents, but when it comes to trying new foods, nobody's more influential than their friends. Experts recommend inviting your toddler's friends over and having taster sessions. If your little one sees their friend eating something new, they'll probably want to try it too. They will see it isn't a big issue and be curious to find out what the new food tastes like. This may not make them necessarily love the foods they try, but it does make them less fearful of trying new things in the future. 6. Praise them for trying new things. Praise is one of the most effective ways to encourage your toddler to eat new foods. All toddlers love attention and they crave your approval, even though it might not seem like it. So, when they are brave enough to try something new, make a big deal out of it. Let them know it's a great thing to try new things. Even if they don't like it, the point is they were willing to try, and that deserves recognition. What you need to remember is toddlers see any form of attention as a good thing. So, if you only tend to give them attention when they refuse to try new things, they could start refusing foods just to get that little attention. 7. Serve up 2 courses. Toddlers have fairly short attention spans. When it comes to mealtimes, it's easy for them to quickly get bored after 1 or 2 mouthfuls of something. A good way to eliminate this problem is to give them a savory course, followed by a sweet one. Now, the sweet one can be apple slices or a piece of banana, and it shouldn't always consist of a dessert. It's also important to avoid using sweets as bribery. It makes sense to try to encourage them to eat their savory meal before they're allowed the sweet course. However, what this can do is make your toddler dislike the savory course even more, leading to further issues later on. If you are serving up 2 courses, also make sure they're a little smaller than one main course would be. 8. Don't give them different food choices. If they refuse to eat something, you may wish not to offer up something different instead. What this does is it tells your toddler they don't have to eat what they are offered first. Instead, if they refuse, they could end up with something they actually want to eat. This in turn will lead to many mealtime battles, as you can imagine. You could give them 2 options of food you want them to eat though, such as 2 new foods they've never tried before, and they get to decide which one they want. Just don't cave in and give them what they always have. 9. Don't stop trying. Just because your toddler refuses a particular food one day, it doesn't mean you should stop trying. Their taste buds will change and develop over time. So, a food they can't stand today could be something they end up really enjoying another day. It's estimated that toddlers sometimes need to be encouraged to try the same food between 10 and 15 times before they're prepared to give it a go. So be persistent and it will pay off. 10. Be patient and stay calm. The last and by far the hardest tip is to be patient and stay calm. All toddlers go through a picky eating phase, and that's exactly what it is, a phase. It's officially known as food neophobia and basically means your little one has an actual fear of trying new foods. It typically starts at age 2, and they'll want to stick to foods they know and love. As it is an actual fear, the best thing you can do is be patient. The more stressed out you become, the more anxious your toddler will get at mealtimes. If you're constantly angry and frustrated at mealtimes, your toddler will pick up on it. So, stay happy and stay calm, and if you feel like you're getting stressed, go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Overall, dealing with a picky eater can be frustrating, but the tips just mentioned will really help to make it a little bit easier. Remember, it's just a phase and it won't be long before it becomes a distant memory, as long as you persist and follow the advice just mentioned. Of course, if you manage to find something else that works, it'd be awesome if you could share it in the comments, because surely there are even more things we haven't thought of. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you click the like button to let us know, as well as hopping on over to our website and signing up to our email newsletter by clicking the link in the description. By signing up, you'll not only stay in the know about everything going on in the parenting world, but you also get exclusive goodies that are only given to our email subscribers. Additionally, the next time you're looking to buy baby, toddler, or any sort of parenting products, I encourage you to take a look at what we have available. Let me tell you, we're not just out to make a profit, and pride ourselves on our high-quality products and excellent service. All clinical products are laboratory tested to ensure they're 100% safe for you and your children, which unfortunately isn't something every company can say. Finally, if your question wasn't answered in this video, or is anything you'd like to say, please let us know by leaving a comment below. I promise that we'll get back to you as soon as we can. You're also welcome to join the parenting community on our website, where you can talk with hundreds of other parents in a matter of minutes. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and here's to making a positive difference in the lives of our children and the world as a whole.